Hey, welcome, my beautiful, powerful patients. Come on in. I want you to go ahead and check in. And when I say check in, I mean subscribe. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are returning, I'm so happy to have you back. And as you are watching this video, please remember that the flicker of your finger can mean the world to my channel by liking this video. So, and this is a video too that I would ask everyone who sees this video to share this out into the country so that, or into the world, but especially here in the United States, because we need to see more of this. This is the content that we need to see more of. So I am Tezra. I am your mental chiropractor, where I'm here to help you realign your mind and take back your power. And so when I say to realign your mind, I mean to help you reconnect to your sovereign beingness. That legacy media, corporate media, has severed that connection by all the poisoning messaging that they pump through us every single day. And we don't even realize that we're not thinking with our sovereign minds. We're thinking with the controlled mind of the media. So it's time for us to take back our hijacked minds, plop ourselves back down into the driver's seat of our lives. And so we could drive our life in the direction that we wanted to go and not in the direction that society will have us to go. So big shout out to this news station. And like I said, only on 9, because this story is not going to make mainstream media, folks. It just isn't. This is not what mainstream media is into, but we got to get more into this because this happens more than what the mainstream media police interactions with the melanated community shows. Mainstream media shows is always, not always, but their main theme, I would say, is that it's a confrontation, it's brutality, it's negative, it is toxic. So these type of stories, they hardly ever show. But these type of stories are the ones that happen more than the type of stories that we are shown. So just ask yourself why. Why would that be? And let's go ahead and watch this beautiful story unfold.
Only on 9, a moment of humanity captured on one deputy's body camera. One woman says the act of kindness changed her life.
Can you hug? Yeah. Come here.
Channel 9's Cabarrus County reporter Hannah Getz heard about this story months ago and pushed the courts to release the video. And tonight, we finally get to share it with you.
I am so happy to Hannah, I forgot the last name, for her pushing the courts to release this video. And I wish that more news stations would do this, because they have no problem in the courts releasing the video footage that shows when a melanated person is being, when a melanated person and authority or a police officer is having a confrontation of some sort, or there is some brutality of some sort. And I also have a video on my channel, maybe I'll put it here, that, you know, there's brutality shown between a low melanated inmate and a police officer that I don't think anybody saw. So this is what I'm here to do, folks. I'm here to break down our hijacked minds for us to realize that there is way more to the story than what we are being shown. This is a coding of the mind when they constantly showing you one version or one perspective over and over and over again, because that is what seeps in your subconscious. And then from that subconscious, that is where you live your life. So if they're constantly showing you victim narratives, if you're quote black end quote, then you are a victim in this country. Victim narrative. If they show you that enough, it's just going to seep into your subconscious, and you're going to live your life through the lens of being a victim, which is as a complete and total lie. You are a sovereign being. So that's why this channel is here to help us to realign our minds to our sovereignty, because that's who we are. We are sovereign beings. And once we realize that and tap into that, then that is where our power is. But let's continue to watch this video because I don't want it to be too long. You can listen to other channels where this is my thing, y'all. So please check out my other videos to hear more on this, more on you being in power and how the media wants to control and code our minds. Okay, let's continue.
From the lens of Cabarrus County Deputy Sean Singleton's body camera, this view is nothing out of the ordinary. A standard traffic stop.
The reason I stopped you is 61 and a 45.
But in his line of work, it's also not out of the ordinary to have an interaction like this.
You don't put your lights on until after I slowed down.
Right.
I was going the speed limit.
No, but I clocked you at 61 and a 45. I didn't stop you there. What's with the attitude? Just curious.
Caitlin Ricchini says she was heading home from church when she got pulled over that Sunday.
And I meet him with absolute attitude. Just absolute attitude. We're not allowed to have bad days.
No, everybody's had a time to a bad day.
So
I understand that. Like I
getting
said,
pulled
but
over on a day is not fun.
I can understand that completely. Okay, but like I'm trying to be nice and courteous to you, and like I'm getting a lot of heat. I could tell immediately that it was not the best of encounters. She was very aggravated.
I come from a background where I don't do cops. I can't stand cops.
Keeping his composure, Singleton ran her license and decided, despite the heated interaction, to let her off with a warning.
I understand you're having a day, so I'm not trying to make it any worse. This is a warning ticket for you to slow down. That's it. No court date, no fines, no nothing. I'll ask you to pay attention to the speed limit signs, get to where you're getting to safely.
In that moment, something changed.
I could tell something was going on, I just asked a question, and sometimes it elicits an answer that you expect, and sometimes it elicits an answer that you don't expect. Are you good?
No.
No?
Anxiety is killing me.
Okay.
I come from a background. I'm clean and sober now, so
Okay.
I don't I've always had bad incidents with cops. So
Deputy Singleton offering words of encouragement, having no idea what Caitlin was going through until this moment.
Is there anything I can do for you? You sure?
yeah.
Okay. Do you need help with anything at all? Do you need a hug?
Yeah.
Come here. Come here.
I moved down here to get away from an abusive relationship, and I'm clean and I'm sober for 4 months.
Caitlin revealed she was in a fight for her life in sobriety. Battling years of addiction and abuse, she had just moved to North Carolina, leaving her 5-year-old son in Maryland so she could get clean and get him back.
Yeah, I've never hugged a cop before. I've always been put in handcuffs by them.
Singleton had no idea his humanity and kindness that day changed Caitlin's life and possibly saved it.
I told him, I was like, I'm ready to give up. I was actually on my way to probably do something that wasn't in my best interest.
Take a deep breath, all right? Everything's gonna be okay. Okay? You're on the right path. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing now, okay? All right? Don't lose that hope.
That traffic stop happened back in March.
And I left my family and I left my son.
Now, 6 months later,
This is one of the guys that helped save my life.
Caitlin's celebrating 10 months clean
Can you say hi?
Doing good?
Can you say it's nice to meet you?
and introducing her son Isaiah to the deputy who gave her the strength to get him back.
It's good to see you again. How you been?
Well, don't lose that fight that's in you. Okay? Because there's something in you that's driving you to a better life, right?
Yeah.
All right? Okay? Don't lose that. Hang on to it.
He saw me as a person and not an addict. And he saw my heart. And he saw that I had potential when so many people had counted me out. It's like in a time of desperation, really, like where I was like questioning, like, God, where are you? And he sent me in, it's like an angel. I don't know. I really pray that Jesus blesses you for your kindness, sir.
I'm going to pray for you too.
Thank you.
In Cabarrus,
Wow. Such a beautiful display of how humans were designed to be. Left to our own laurels, we are designed to live through compassion and be there for one another. That is the divine design. But what happens is the messaging comes into play, the indoctrination comes into play, and that's when our minds begin to be coded, programmed, controlled. But it's interesting that when he first pulled her over, she said, I just came from church. She just came from church, and she was still feeling shitty. But through this interaction, her real church was the officer's embrace. That was her real church. Because as you see her when she was being interviewed, her bright light, how bright it shines. And I also wanted to say for the officer's partner, what a beautiful example of policing that he was for his partner. This officer clearly looks like he's a veteran on the force, and I don't know how young or how many years his partner has had on the force, but this was a great example of enlightened policing, I would say. So I just wanted to show you this video so that we can also know what else goes on out there that they don't want us to see. And this is moments where we can reprogram our minds to know that just because a melanated person has an interaction with a low melanated cop does not mean destruction and calamity. It doesn't mean that it always has to be so toxic and confrontational and all the things that media shows us. These type of situations happens way more than the others. So melanated people, don't believe in the messaging that media is sending. Mainstream media, corporate media, legacy media is sending you. That when you get pulled over by a cop, then automatically, you get an attitude, you get paranoid, you get resistant. No, don't have that kind of energy. I am so happy that this cop was on a different frequency that could trump her energy. Because had this cop been on her same frequency, that would have turned out very differently. Maybe that would be something that would be plastered all over the news. But just beware of your frequency, where you're vibrating when you're pulled over by a cop. Don't automatically take it so personal that, it's because of my skin color. Be careful of how your mind is being programmed and how you react out of that programming, because that a lot of the times dictates your lived experiences. So I'm going to leave you with that. This is Tezra, your mental chiropractor, where I'm here to help you realign your mind. And like I said, if you would be so kind to the flicker of your finger means the world to my channel. So go ahead and like this video. And if you are new here, go ahead and check in by subscribing. And I am going to see you in the next session. And until then, you all stay empowered.